Ross, Chemical Brand Manager for HydraMaster and CleanMaster, and I'm here today in our continuing series on the new CleanMaster solutions line. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things that you as a professional carpet cleaner are responsible for, and that's spot and stain removal. Today we're going to focus in on our innovative line of spot and stain removal treatments. Now, you know how important it is that you be great at this. Let's look at what you face in the field on an everyday basis. How often have you gone into a consumer's home and there's a spot in the carpet, and when you ask them what it is, they often don't know. Sometimes they guess. And when you ask them what have you used to try and remove it, you get answers that vary from nothing to some consumer spotting solution to what do we call it when our customer doesn't tell us the truth? I call it the everything under the kitchen sink spotting kit. That's what most consumers use. You know, they'll try just about anything to get a spot or stain out of their carpet, especially if it's in an area that might bring them a little bit of embarrassment. But the fact is that all of these solutions end up on spots that make your job to remove it more difficult. And when you ask the consumer, what did you use, very often, they'll lie. Now, we also know that this is important because your abilities as a professional cleaner are most often heavily weighed or judged by the customer by whether you get the spots out. And since by definition some of these things that we're dealing with are stains, which means they're permanent, that's not very fair. But the fact is that you can get most of these things out, and this is your opportunity to get your foot in the door in commercial jobs too, when you can get a spot or stain out that nobody else can. And we know that generally professional carpet cleaners are judged by whether they improve the appearance. In other words, did the spot come out? But there's some other things that you've got to take a look at when you're judging your success in carpet spot and stain removal. Did you change the texture of the carpet? Did you damage the construction? Did you leave behind residues, sticky residues from your spotting solutions that might attract soiling and cause the area to resoil faster? What's the likelihood, especially on liquid spills, of that spot or spill wicking back up after you've removed it from the backing of the carpet? And finally, as you might guess, spot and stain removal solutions are some of the strongest that we use. That's because if it didn't come out with our regular cleaning solutions, we've got to use something a little bit stronger. We've got to make sure that we didn't cause problems with dye stability or color loss. Or if there is likelihood of that we've talked to the customer and gotten them to agree to that. And we know that spots can be water soluble, solvent soluble, insoluble, or they may require a specialty treatment. And we know that stains basically come from two sources: natural or organic colors. That's the natural color of the material that was spilled on the carpet. An example of that would be purple grape juice. The purple comes from the color of the grape. Or the stain can come from a color that's added. The classic example of that would be Kool-Aid or a children's fruit drink, where they're colored specific colors and that color has been added to the liquid. Now, the other thing I want you to understand is that you're not crazy. Well, you might be, but this isn't why you're crazy. You see, have you ever experienced a couple of jobs, and on one job, a coffee spill came right out of the carpet, and on another job, you couldn't get coffee out with the exact same chemicals, even if you used a jackhammer? Why is that? Why do different things come out or not come out? Well, there are some reasons for that. Number one, the type of carpet that you're doing the spot and stain removal on. We know that polyester and olefin and triexta carpet are inherently stain resistant. So they're harder to stain, not impossible, they're not bulletproof, but since they're harder to stain, there's a better chance that the stain will come out. And on the most popular carpet fiber, nylon, we know that there's different types of nylon, type 6 nylon and type 6/6 nylon. Type 6 nylon is easier to stain. Well, how do you tell on location whether you're cleaning type 6 or type 6/6 nylon? There is no way. So you just know that occasionally you're going to have a spot that will come out of one carpet that doesn't come out of another carpet. Another thing has to obviously do with the amount of time that the spotting the spilled solution has had sitting on the carpet before it was treated. The longer it's been there, the longer it's dwelled, the more likely it is that it's permanent or harder to get out. We already talked about the fact that different solutions that the consumer can use can help set the spot and make it into a stain. We also need to understand that food and beverage colored products are not always what they appear to be. 1 cup of black coffee may have no added dye, where another cup of black coffee does. We know that caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee come out differently. We know that different types of food products can have colors added to enhance the natural color of the beverage or the food. Anytime they've added a color to the beverage or the liquid, it's more likely to cause a stain than if it's just colored naturally. Now let's talk specifically about the spotting solutions that are available to you from CleanMaster. The first one that we want to talk about is SpotMaster Pro XP. SpotMaster Pro XP is a water-based spotting solution. It's your first response solution to a wide variety of common food and beverage spills that can end up on a carpet or upholstery in a home setting or even in a commercial setting. It will effectively remove 90% or more of the spilled materials that you're going to encounter. It's ideal for different types of colorations that can affect your carpet. Special additives make it a great stain remover on more problematic stains like iodine and wine, and stains like egg, blood, milk, grass stains. It contains plant-derived solvents that make it effective on many oil-based spots and stains, like ink, lipstick, shoe polish, grease, and more. And it also contains encapsulating polymers that help prevent wick back of spots and spills without any additional treatments or steps. If you're cleaning up a large liquid spill, SpotMaster Pro XP will help keep that spot from wicking back. The second spotting solution I want to talk to you about is UPS. UPS is an acid detergent spotter. Some people refer to them as tannin spotters. UPS will effectively dissolve and break down any alkaline-based spot on the carpet. This includes things like salt, ice melt, and any other alkaline-based spot or spill like tea, coffee, and many beverages. UPS is also the very best spotting solution we have at breaking down urine and feces contamination that have ended up in carpeting. The next solution that we want to talk about is an amazing solvent gel called SpotMaster Gel XP. You've probably heard, if you've been around the industry for very long, of a volatile dry solvent spotter and a non-volatile dry solvent spotter, and a PIG, a paint, ink, and grease remover, or a POG, a paint, oil, and grease remover. You may have had different ink removers in your spotting kits. You may have had a gum gel or other gels in your spotting kit. SpotMaster Gel combines all of those different types of solvents into one fantastic gel. It's designed to effectively remove or lighten all kinds of stains that come from oil and grease-based issues. Things like ink, whether it be ballpoint, duplicating, inkjet printer ink, stat pad ink, even permanent markers can often be removed by SpotMaster Gel XP. Along with paints, latex, enamel, spray, and other types of paints. SpotMaster Gel XP also can be used effectively to break down hardened or oxidized grease and oil spills, things such as tar or asphalt that get tracked under the carpet. And it will also often lighten stains caused by shoe polish, nail polish, cosmetics, and more. Working in conjunction with CleanMaster SpotMaster Pro XP, SpotMaster Gel finishes the 1-2 punch often needed for problematic oil-based stain removal. SpotMaster Gel XP is formulated to be in compliance with the latest VOC emission regulations, and the best part is it's fast-acting even though it stays on the surface of the spot. Remember, the number one advantage of using a solvent gel like SpotMaster Gel XP is that it doesn't soak down into the back of the carpet and potentially dissolve the latex that holds the carpet together, or the glue, the adhesive that holds a glue-down carpet to the floor. The next solution that I'd like to talk to you about is one that HydraMaster has been known for many years, and that's our OJ. OJ is the number one selling gum gel in the industry. It uses all natural citrus solvents to dissolve and break down specialty adhesives, gum, tar, tape residues, and other oil and grease-based materials. It's ideal for use on carpet, upholstery, and even hard surfaces to remove gum. And it does so without the use of any harsh or toxic chlorinated solvents. It turns to gel on contact, keeping the solution on top of the material you're trying to remove. Just put a little dab on that chewing gum, let it dwell for a couple of minutes, come back later with your spotting spatula, or even sometimes just with hot water in your wand, and it pops right off. OJ also, unlike many other spotting gels in the industry, rinses easily from the carpet surface and does not leave any sticky residue behind. Now let's talk about some specialty stain removers, things that are specifically designed to remove what is defined as permanent. Fortunately, we can get many of these permanent stains out. The first one that I want to talk to you about is Red Break 1. Red Break 1 is our one-part red stain remover. That means there's no mixing. You don't have to mix two solutions together. You don't have to throw away the remainder. You don't have to wait to see if it's been properly accelerated. The fact is that Red Break 1 is ready to use as it is on your red stains and other colored stains. And in many cases, unlike many industry solutions, Red Break 1 will remove or eliminate some of these stains without any use of heat for acceleration, whether it be through an iron or a wallpaper steamer. The fact is, though, that sometimes you'll still need to use heat or steam to accelerate the reaction. Red Break 1 is basically to remove any stain that's caused by a color that was added to the spilled material. Generally, that's food or beverages, things like Kool-Aid and other children's fruit drinks, sports drinks like Powerade and Gatorade, blue toilet bowl cleaner, anything where you've had color added to the material and that stained the carpet. Apply it, allow it to dwell a few minutes, extract. If there's still some residual color left, then apply it again and use your heat transfer method with an iron, or use just accelerated heat with a steamer like a wallpaper steamer. Our next stain removal solution I want to talk to you about is Knockout 1. Knockout 1 is an oxidizing stain remover. It's a one-parter, no mixing here. Now the great thing is there's no magic or smoke and mirrors here, just great chemistry that eliminates stains such as mustard, wood stains, shoe polish, urine, and more. Like I mentioned, there's no need to mix it, you don't waste product. And many times, no acceleration is required on most stains. The other thing I want to point out to you about Knockout 1 that separates it from some of the other oxidizing stain removers on the market is that it contains some special ingredients which help it go after really problematic oil-based and solvent-based stains. Things like ink, shoe polish, and probably the one that we've all ran into at one time or another, wood stain transfer, when we're trying to get wood stains out of the carpet that move there from the furniture. Knockout 1 is an easy-to-use solution to effectively eliminate a wide variety of staining material. Another specialty spot remover that we have is SpotMaster CSR. Some people refer to these as coffee and stain removers. This is an easy to mix powdered coffee and mild dye stain remover. It's a modified reducing agent, so it can be used effectively to eliminate stains caused by coffee, tea, herbal tea, and other types of tannin stains. By keeping it in a powdered form, you can mix and activate exactly what you need right on the job, allowing a freshly mixed solution to go to work to effectively remove those stains. If you're cleaning large carpeted areas that have a massive amount or volume of coffee spills spread far and wide, there's no faster or more effective way to eliminate coffee stains. It's perfect for commercial carpet cleaning. The final spot and stain removal solution I want to talk to you about is Rust Break. It does just what it says it does. It's designed specifically to remove rust stains from carpet. And it does it without using any hydrofluoric acid or other type of harsh acid that can cause problems. It has 4 times the rust removing ability of citric or oxalic acid based rust removers and begins to work immediately on contact. There's no long waiting necessary, no massive amount of agitation, no long dwell times. It removes rust stains left by metal surfaces that come into contact with wet carpet when the cleaning technician neglects to insert a protective tab or styrofoam block. It can remove rust stains that transfer from water damage. If you've ever dealt with a water damaged commercial environment with a lot of metal file cabinets, you know what I'm talking about. Rust Break is also effective for many mineral-based soils such as metal stains, water stains, and rings. It will lighten up many water stains. It's also excellent for removing mineral scale and hard water stains from hard surfaces, including lightening or eliminating rust stains on many hard surface floors and concrete floors. That completes our full line of spot and stain removal solutions. If that's not as many spotting chemicals as you're presently carrying in your spotting kit or on your truck,